We're currently seeing two wars play out over in the Middle East. According to a CNN report, the United States has spent a record of at least $17.9 billion on military aid to Israel since the war in Gaza began. Would you continue military aid to Israel?
Look, I go back to 2023, before October 7th. I had the ability to travel on a congressional trip to Israel. I went to the border of Gaza and to Lebanon and to Syria. We went to the West Bank. We talked with leaders in the West Bank. I went to the kibbutz, Kfar Aza, and I talked with parents. There were small children there. Everybody had a dog. I'm a dog lover. But that was the community that was massacred on October 7th. I don't know if those people that I met are still alive. Presumably they're not. So Israel does have a right to defend itself because those innocent lives, thousands of them, were taken. But also, it is egregious to me that the bombing in Gaza has just been left, and now we're going to Lebanon without going back to Gaza and saying, what is it that we're going to do to help you create that life, that peaceful life? I want the people, the Palestinian people, to be able to have their own self-determinance. I want the Palestinian people to be safe, and I want a future for them. The same thing with the peaceful people in Lebanon, too. And so we need to make sure that there's a pathway forward in the region. And it's going to take a lot of stakeholders coming together to be able to say that we've got to aim ourselves towards what is better, not with what is currently happening.
And Congressman, what about Ukraine, the country? As of April, Congress has appropriated more than $174 billion to assist Ukraine. Would you continue aid to Ukraine as well?
Look, we need to make sure that we're supporting our allies, no matter where our allies are. But also, I ran into a lady at the grocery store who identified herself as a proud Donald J. Trump supporter. And I said, I'm glad that you're going to go out and vote. But she goes, why are we spending so much in Ukraine? And I said, I have an answer for that. And it's the same answer I'll give you today. The fact is, we have to support them against Russia. Russia will continue to work west. We have to understand that, for instance, in our own military, if we allow Russia to take Ukraine and then go to Poland next, well, guess what? That's where our supply of TNT comes from. If there is ever a war or a conflict in Southeast Asia, we have to make sure that we have the ability to win that war. Well, not if Russia goes and takes Poland. We're never going to be able to win that. So we do have to see it through. But also it's understanding that our 20-year-old drones are going off the shelf so that Ukrainians can fight for their independence. Okay? But then we are replacing those drones with the newest technology for our own military. And I said to that wonderful neighbor of mine, I said, you support our veterans, you support our troops, right? And she said, yes, Congressman, I do. I'd never thought of it that way, right? So we do have to make sure that we're supporting our allies across the world, because if we stop it, then those very fragile nations, they're going to be the first to fall.